Yeah. If this was a pig, it'd be bacon.
That's some thin bacon already.
Some thin bacon there now.
But it's going to be bacon in a different sense of the word.
It's going to be another way. It's going to be bacon. The backstrap goes all the way up to right here. That yellow, it's like a sinew that runs down the back. It runs all the way down this backbone back here. That stuff is tough. I mean, you can't chew that stuff up. You can't chop it up hardly. So I like to get that kind of stuff, you know, down out the way right there. Now the backstrap goes all the way up into the neck up here. So I'm probably going to spend a few minutes off camera here. I'm going to cut a lot of this meat off this neck right here for grinding. And then we're going to start laying this thing out. And I'm going to show y'all how I'm going to take this out of the back here. All right, before we take the back straps off, we're gonna go right here. We're gonna cut into this one, like right here. We roll this baby. The neck is what's giving me fits up here. We're gonna go ahead and cut into this one, right up into here. There is a bone that is right here. I don't know if I can get it where I can show y'all. There's so much fat up there in it right now. There is a bone right here. Let me get this fat out the way. Right there. For people who don't have saws or stuff like that, that bone is your friend right there. Called a breaking bone. We're gonna break that baby open right there. Now, I don't know if I can get this to do that. That's what I was hoping would happen. Trying not to damage the back strap because I haven't taken the back strap out yet. There we go. There's one whole beautiful hind quarter.
Times two.
Look at that. All of that meat coming off there. Now this one was shot with a shotgun, so we have a few little bloody spots on him right here. We can get rid of that. But this is the back strap. The back strap actually goes way up into the neck up in here. Like I was telling you on the other side. Let me get a little bit more of this right here where we can maybe see a little bit better up in there. Okay. It goes all the way to like right here on both sides. Now what I do, see I've taken his hind quarters off. Now he sits up like a rocky horse here. You can come right in here, get right below that right there and cut into the backbone, and you can run all the way down this backbone here. You can do this on both sides, not just that side. We're gonna come on this, we're gonna get on this side of the backbone, and I'm gonna run right down beside it, all the way right here, real slow like. Get in there, because we're gonna go all the way down. I want to, that old sinew right there gets pretty hard. I just want to make sure I'm in there. Yeah, when you hear it hitting that backbone, you know you're deep enough. And you can actually come, you can start right here if you want. And just start peeling that out and cutting out. Because that's what you want to do, is you want to be able to get your knife against that backbone and start cutting it out. And once you really get it started, it's kind of like the tenderloins inside the deer was. You can actually just peel it right out of there. Now we're pretty much started right here. And what you want is the tip of your knife to just run right along. There's the rib cage right here. You want your knife to run right along that rib cage. Now, some people I've seen will come in here and do it just like this right here. They will go ahead and cut them a line down through here. Lots of people go ahead and take this back strap out of here before they even hang the deer because they want it just to eat. They don't want to wait. I don't. I leave mine in there to age with the deer. Just let your knife run right along that rib cage. This thing will, usually it'll lift right out of there. And you can see the natural muscle line coming down through here. And where we've done cut down beside the back over here, so we've done cut that. And as you cut into this side, it will actually just peel right out. And I like for mine to go as far up in the neck as I can get it. Because that's where it goes all the way up to the neck up in here. Now we'll just cut it off right here. And then we have the whole, let's lay it over on the paper over here. You have the whole long, beautiful back strap laying there. Now I usually will come in here because I don't care for, you know, stuff in a back strap that makes it tough. I try to take all that stuff out. Now I am guilty of how would you say, filleting a back strap.
But you need this off.
Yeah, I'm guilty of doing that, which is sometimes you lose a little bit of meat when you do that. But there's a silver skin on here, and you want to put your knife just under the edge of it. And some people freak out because they lose a little bit of meat, but I promise you,
The rest of it's tender.
in the long run, you will thank yourself for taking off this old silver skin that's on here. You will thank yourself. And the further up you go, the actual harder and stiffer it gets. That's why I say lots of times, I'm just trying to give you all of it. I'll lay it over and fillet it like a fish. I'm trying to cut it really slow so it can give you all a kind of a, because this stuff is tough as all get out.
This is where a lot of people try to fry the tenderloin and they say it's tough.
You look at that. You see how that old gristle looking stuff is? That stuff is some kind of
If you take this off, the rest of the meat will fry up really good. But if you have this on there, it pulls that meat and it hangs on to it.
It makes it really, really hard to deal with. But now, there's a natural line right here. I'm trying to show you guys. As you can see right here, it's just a natural line that runs along that back strap. If you watch what you're doing,
you can almost pull lots of it off.
You can hand peel a lot of this off of there, and I'll show you here. Look at that. That's that silver skin. I mean, you can't. If I can't pull it with my hands and tear it, you
dang sure don't want to bite into it.
You ain't gonna want to bite into that and chew it. I'm gonna tell you.
So you're gonna finish this up, and we're gonna use this for bacon. But
yes, I'm going to actually use this for bacon. I'm gonna go ahead and finish. Now, when you make bacon out of this, you want it to be as clean and lean as you possibly can. Now, there's still
all that needs to come off.
There is still a touch of it right up under here. You can see it up under the edge of my knife right here. All of that stuff needs to come off of there. This stuff.
Making bacon, you want meat.
Yeah, you really don't want this on there, I promise you. And you can take the tip of your knife. It'll run up under it.
If you got a good sharp knife.
If you've got a good sharp knife, it will. That's right. And this piece of meat, we've been wasted our time here this morning doing stuff. And this piece of meat now is done getting flexible. It's not hard and stiff like it was a while ago.
So it'll go back in the freezer till we get ready to deal with it.
Yes, it's going to go back in the freezer here in just a minute. I'm just trying to lightly, I mean, I'm barely even putting any pressure on it. This knife like a razor blade. This Victorinox, you can't beat this knife. This is one.
He's in love with this knife, y'all.
I'm in love with this knife, guys. I mean, I'm hardly putting any pressure on this at all. And it's just literally going right through it like butter. I'm trying to be very
So we want to say thank you to the Bearded Butcher.
Yes.
This is a nice knife.
I mean, they didn't give me the knife, but I mean, I thank them for
showing it. And sending it out because we bought it and we've got a 6-inch coming. But y'all check out the Bearded Butcher. Yeah. They do a great job with what they do, don't they?
They do a really good job. Okay, I got to have one little place right here that I need to get rid of. I mean, man, it's just
a little bit.
Just a little bit. It ain't much, but we're gonna get it off of there.
And on this side, there's a little.
Yeah, because what I'm gonna do is to do bacon here. I'm gonna show y'all. Here's what we're gonna do. To make this into bacon, I'm gonna come right here. We're gonna cut this off. And this is gonna go into sausage meat or grinded meat or whatever they're making other bacon. The normal pieces of bacon is about this long. So because of this, the size of this deer was not a really, really large deer, we're only going to get 2 cuts per side on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come right here. We're going to cut this right here. And that's going to be one piece we're going to cure right there because that's about the length of a piece of bacon. I'm going to come right back here. I'm going to drag this one over here. We're going to cut this off like right here. I'm going to take this and go like this and like this. This is going to go in the grinder. And there is going to be our 2 pieces right here that we are going to be making bacon out of. Now it still has a little bit of membrane under it here. I'll come back in just a few minutes. I'm going to probably
clean it perfectly.
I'll clean this up to where it is before I put it.
And so this will go to soak for 7 days?
Yes, this will be soaking in 7 days. We'll be making up a bacon mixture. But
we've got pork to do too, so we might as well do it all at one time.
We're probably going to do it all at one time. The venison bacon, the pork bacon. Well, I don't know we'll get the pork bacon. We're not going to get the pork bacon done.
If you got to go 7 days, you might as well do both of them.
I don't know if we have enough room to chill it all for 7 days.
Yeah, we do.
Because
at least one piece of the pork bacon.
We might be able to do one pork belly.
Yeah.
One piece of a pork belly, not all of it.
That's what I'm thinking. And this all at one time. Different videos showing you this, but you're going to have 4 of these, 4 pieces.
See, how you're going to be slicing this with a bacon slicer is you're going to be slicing it down long ways like this right here. Once this gets cured, this will be very stiff and hard. And we'll be putting it in the slicer and we'll be running it through kind of like if I was to take my knife right here and cut this like right down through right here, that would be like the bacon.
Slice of bacon,
and then we're going to cut it all the way across here like this because you're cutting it literally against the grain when you do it that way. And from all the videos I've seen about doing this, it actually, people rave about it. So,
but they said the thinner the better.
The thinner the better is absolutely correct.
So we'll have 4 of these when we get through.
When I get the other one off, we'll have 2 more of these, so we'll make 4 of them all together. It's much like those of you who are used to, if you know what I'm talking about, it's called pastrami. It's going to basically be something similar to pastrami because the pastrami is made from up in this section, so on an animal. So what we're going to do is get back to cutting up over here, guys, and before this animal thaws out anymore, and I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff bagged up. We're going to go ahead and put it in to be chilling down. Okay, this is the other way of doing this. I cut the end off of it. I cut down into it right here. I run my knife under it just like filleting a fish. A lot of people don't like to do it this way because they feel like they waste a lot of the back strap. But guys, really, to me, look at it.
Takes less time.
Whole lot less time. Now I'll come down here. This one's that long. I'm gonna cut this off right here. I'm gonna run it down like this. This is gonna be our meat to be ground up right there. I'll take this, I'll flop it around, I'll lay my knife down, and I'll just run.
So much easier than the other way.
And sure, you lose I don't say you lose any meat, because what I'll do is I'll come back once I get through and I can see where everything's at. This will be cut off like this. It goes over there. We don't actually lose. You see, there is a thin silver skin right there.
Inside of it.
That you almost cannot even cut through. So that's why it's that little thin strip right in there. There is a membrane that lays right along that edge right in here.
That's the one you were trying to cut out after the fact.
Yeah. And you can just come back along in here. This will all go for grinding and stuff like that. So you ain't really lost anything.
But look how pretty.
Look at that. Whole lot faster too. Well, guys, we finally got the deer deboned, and it's cold in here. The meat is like almost frozen sitting here. Most of it still is just about frozen. What we're fixing to do here is this one weighs 9.5 pounds.
This is pork.
This
Start
is
over with this one weighs.
This one right here is our pork, and this one is our pork. This one weighs 9.5 pounds. This one weighs 9.5 pounds. This is our venison that we just weighed out. It's 9.5 pounds. What we're going to do is we're going to mix a 50-50 ratio for our deer bacon. What we'll be doing is taking this 9.5, adding it to this 9.5, and hopefully that's going to give us the right consistency with enough pork, enough fat to the very lean venison that we have here. And then we have a whole nother big pan of venison over here that we're going to weigh out a 9.5 pounds to do 50-50 with this here again. And we're going to kind of have to see here if this right here is going to be enough to make our deer bacon out of, and then the rest of it's just going to be ground deer burgers. Don't know just yet, but we're going to add this to this, and we're going to kind of get a kind of look at it here and see where we're at. All right. Now, what we're going to have to do is, this here's done just about froze back up again. Look at that. Already got ice crystals forming all over it. We got to get this all kind of mixed up, because, you know, if we do 9.5 and 9.5 here, we got 19 pounds of meat here. So 19 pounds of meat
should do
my deer bacon that I want to do.